There was the shocking upset win in Florida where the progressive senatorial candidate ended up doing shockingly well, and since then has been getting dogged by the DNC and mainstream media. Did everyone see that clip where she was angrily accused of campaigning with Hassan Piker, and then she was like, "I've never done that," and then the interviewer was like, "Wait, what do you mean?" Same tool they use for deride all left candidates. Yeah, here we go. Hold on. Just really, really shocking stuff.
You've campaigned with Congresswoman
CBS, of course, the Barry Weiss Ellison-owned outlet that would happily send all of us to die for Israel.
Rashida Tlaib, Mr. Piker. Do you want to see them on the campaign trail with you as well?
So I have not campaigned with Mr. Piker. Not sure where that information came from. I have campaigned with Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. And so she is someone who wants the same things that I want, to make sure that government is working for people and not against it. And so I'll continue to do the same thing, but I have not.
Elon, I know my internet speed's high enough. The obsession with Hassan is deranged. Of course it is. But what else were they going to do? Allow Democrats to fix their own problems?
People and not against.
The left-wing wave of populist DSA, anti-flock, and anti-data center sentiment is the closest we've gotten in a long time to a genuine effort to throw off not just MAGA, but what backs MAGA, unrelenting capital. And the DNC naturally has shit itself and is obsessing over literally anything possible to distract people from that one glimmering light, that one avenue by which we might free ourselves.
And so I'll continue to do the same thing, but I have not campaigned with Mr. Piker at all. Not sure where that came from.
All right, my apologies. I thought that you had. My apologies about that.
Why do you think she thought that? Why do you think a CBS broadcaster thought that Angie Nixon had campaigned with Hassan Piker, even though she never has? Where do you think she got that information from? Out of curiosity. Reminds me a little bit of how Gillibrand was commenting privately with Chuck Schumer that McMorrow was DSA because she wasn't sufficiently pro-Israel. She wasn't sufficiently servile to Israel.
Would you want him to campaign with you?
I don't really know who Mr. Piker is. I've heard about him, and so
you don't know who he is?
I said I don't really know who he is personally or anything like that. I am actually focused on Florida and making sure that I'm talking to voters here to uplift their needs and their concerns. And so that's what my focus is going to be over the next 76 days.
You've campaigned with Congresswoman.
She's mad she can't take the anti-black angle the media takes. Hassan's the next best thing. True.
So given all of that you've just said, Hakeem Jeffries, who would be in line to be Speaker of the House, recently said he doesn't support Medicare for all. He's not on that bill anymore. He used to be. Is he wrong?
Right.
Why is the leadership? Do Democrats have the right leaders here in Washington?
He is absolutely wrong. How can you all of a sudden change the tune? And I'll tell you how you change the tune. When your corporate donor...
Did you hear Hassan get mentioned by Trump too? Yeah, no, it's all great for Hassan's brand, of course. It's just worth remembering that it's worth remembering that the attacks that Trump made against Hassan are identical to the ones being made by the Democratic Party.
She gave him a lot of money, and he recently campaigned with a communist fanatic who says that America deserved 9/11. We deserved it, right? We deserved all that death.
Classic. In this respect, of course, the DNC and Republicans are completely aligned in their ideology and their outcomes.
So should he not be Speaker?
Give you more money so that you won't. You know, that is up to the Congress people. I'm running for U.S. Senate.
Well, what about Chuck Schumer? Should he be the majority leader if Democrats take back the Senate?
You know, I think I would possibly be looking elsewhere when I become the next United States Senator in regards to leadership. And I mean, we need to make sure that we have people who are centered on people.
You know, I've seen a lot of interviews of people like Mabdani, Abdullah Sayed, Troy Jackson. I never see people actually ask them about their policies. Never. Every single time they're brought on, anyone DSA or DSA adjacent, DSA affiliate, whatever else is brought on, it always comes down to you are not sufficiently servile to Israel, you're not sufficiently servile to the DNC elite, the institution that exists only to serve itself and reward patronage to the organization. They never actually ask about anything else.
Who are working for people, right? And so again,
do you think Schumer is going to support your campaign? Do you expect Democrats in Washington to send money to help you win?
I actually have Democrats in Washington already sending me money and already
the DSCC, have they committed to go on the air for you in a big
Notice how antagonistic she's being here.
way?
Who did you say? The DSCC?
The DSCC.
No, I haven't heard from. No, they're. Yeah, no, actually, our campaign is supposed to have a conversation with them sometime this week. But I want to be clear because a lot of people, this is my introduction to them. I am someone who is a former vice chair of a Democratic executive committee in Duval County. I also worked for the state party, the Florida Democratic Party, as a political director and a field director. I'm also a union organizer. I'm also someone who is not ashamed or afraid to vote against my caucus if it's
The body language of the reporter. Yeah. She's openly contemptuous.
not
She's already gotten the memo on how to treat Angie.
in the benefit is if it's not benefiting hardworking everyday people.
All right.
I'm also okay with voting against Republicans. It's not about that. It's about the people for me.
Really, really nasty stuff. She's already gotten in a scrap with the state Democratic Party chair, Nikki Fried. Nikki Fried is the person who oversaw Florida as it went from being a purple state to a deep red state. She's basically the architect of Florida becoming a deep red Republican stronghold. And she's already beefing with the DSA left senatorial candidate. Axios reports that Florida Democratic Senate nominee Angie Nixon had a heated call Friday with State Democratic Party Chair Nikki Fried. According to the outlet, Nikki wants her to back away from DSA from socialism, one person who spoke with Nixon told Axios. You have to understand how deep this rot goes, guys. The will of the voters is nothing to these people. If you try to do anything, if you try to stop capital from raping your family, your house, your country to the ground, the Democrats will stop you. It doesn't matter if it's the state Democrats or the national Democrats. They will stop you. They hate you. One person who said, she's listening to other people saying they're afraid, they're scared. The Jewish members and the Hispanic caucus. That means Cubans in Florida, by the way. But to Nikki, by the way, like Angie Nixon isn't even making being anti-Israel like a huge focus. Everyone else, it's like with Mamdani. Everyone else brings it up to her. Everyone else brings it up to her because, again, it's the same rhetoric over and over again. It's the same reason they keep using Hassan. Even though Hassan and Angie Nixon both believe in things that are believed by the majority Democrat, the average Democrat wants radical healthcare reform, radical pushback against data centers, flock cameras, Israel, but the DNC won't allow it. On the phone call, Nixon told Fried, you never gave a care about me from the beginning. Now you're telling me how to run my campaign. According to the source, evil fucking freak. Nikki Fried is responsible for Florida turning into Hitlerville. Yeah, of course, but that was her goal. Remember, the goal of Democrats is also to facilitate the handing over of America to capital. After Clinton, that was pretty much the game and set for both parties. They just adopt different social strategies. Before she was elected chair, she served as the 12th Florida Commissioner of Agriculture from 2019 to 2023. As of 2026, she is the last Democrat to have held or won statewide office in Florida. Jesus Christ. Do you reject capitalism? What are these questions? She won in an upset, so the media doesn't really know how to handle her. But don't worry, like all genuine efforts by populist Democrats to fix this country, she will be squashed.
Quickly, because I know that you have to go. Congressman Jolly says he is a capitalist. Would you call yourself a capitalist, or do you reject capitalism?
These questions are directly pitched to them. You know, these are like questions handed down from Capitol. No real American gives a shit about this because the average voter is too stupid to define capitalism. It's a meaningless waste of time, but they insist on it because they're handed orders from their masters.
I live in a capitalistic society. I'm a small business owner. I like to make money. I don't see what the problem is.
So are you a capitalist?
I'm a capitalist who believes that we need some strong regulation.
Okay. All right. And will you campaign with David Jolly?
Worth noting that Nikki Fried, the state chair, was a lobbyist and started her own lobbying firm. It's always the same people. It's never subtle. It's never like it's never like nuanced. It's always really, really straightforward. It's always the same people doing the same things for the same reasons. She joined the law and lobbying firm of Colney Pass. Among her major clients were the Hillsborough Area Regional Transit Authority, the Walt Disney Company, Duke Energy, and HCA Healthcare. She established her own lobbying firm in 2016. If we can see it, why can't everyone else? Well, that's the curse of being a leftist. You get to be right too early.
Why join the DSA if you disagree with various parts of their platform? Does it not just become a distraction from your own campaign and your own agenda?
You all are the only ones that are distracted.
Remember, there's nothing these people hate more than the actual will of the voters. When leftists are elected, when they win their primaries, the Democrats never, ever go, I wonder why voters want this. They always act as though the winning was a fluke, and the only reason why these policies are on the table is from the egocentric whim of the DSA candidate. The Democrats would rather there's nothing they would rather do less than address the fact that their policies and beliefs are largely unpopular. That if you put a video up of Hakeem Jeffries saying anything, the average Democrat would look at it with disgust. That his inauthenticity and insincerity are transparent for everyone to see. But they won't address that. It's too late.
I'm actually going out talking to voters about the things that matter to them. And so we should make sure that we're pivoting to the right conversations. The fact remains that there are people who are dying because they don't have access to quality health care. Meanwhile, Ashley Moody voted to end the ACA subsidies. As I stated, nearly 300,000 people fell off the Affordable Care Act rolls. There are people who are dying because they don't have access to health care. Also, the fact that Ashley Moody is corrupt, right? She's corrupt. She allowed $10 million that was supposed to go towards the most medically needy kids to be diverted because they wanted to defeat two citizen-led ballot initiatives. The status quo is broken. People are losing their minds right now and taking their lives and even taking their children's lives. And the people at the top want to stoke division and want to push this hateful rhetoric. At the end of the day, I have always been about the people of Florida, which is why my campaign is Angie for Florida. I want people to no longer just survive. They deserve to thrive and flourish.
Very quickly, because I know that you have to go. Congressman Jolly says he is a capitalist. Would you call yourself?
And we've seen that clip. Anyway, the point I'm trying to get at, because we're just rushing through clips right before my interview, but the gist of it essentially is that there was an unexpected DSA win for the Florida Democratic Senate primary. She's not going to win the general because it's Florida, but her popularity and her performance could still be like a watermark indicator. And the DNC has coalesced around attacking her because she represents something other than infinite rape and deference to Israel. The state Democratic Party, a lobbyist turned politician, has attacked her for no reason. Media, when she gets interviews, they attack her for no reason. She's accused of working with Hassan, even though she hasn't, which really makes you wonder how much these anchors are even basically fact-checking the pamphlets they're given beforehand when they're given orders on how to attack DSA candidates. It's DSA derangement syndrome. It's DSA derangement syndrome. These people are absolute freaks. They're demons, and they want this country to be consigned to infinite rape. Every establishment Democrat is essentially a Republican fronting for another team.